Leonard Bernstein, the celebrated American composer, conductor, author, music lecturer, and pianist, had several residences throughout his life that reflected his vibrant and multifaceted career. The list of his achievements is unrivaled. He was leading one of the world's greatest orchestras, the New York Philharmonic, and composed the multi-award-winning musical West Side Story alongside Stephen Sondheim. Most famously, Bernstein spent a significant part of his life in a sprawling apartment at the Dakota, an iconic building in New York City located at 72nd Street, Manhattan. The Dakota is known for its beautiful Gothic architecture and has housed many famous personalities over the years. Bernstein, the son of Jewish immigrants from Ukraine, spent a great part of his life living in the Upper West Side's iconic building. From 1975 until his death of a heart attack in 1990, he lived in a mahogany-encrusted apartment on the northeast corner of the second floor. The Dakota Apartments was the first major upper-middle-class apartment building in the city. While the facade might look somewhat tame, inside you'll find a diversity of luxurious interiors. No two apartments are alike. Many of them were designed according to the tastes of their first residents, and it is still forbidden to throw away any original doors or fireplace mantles that the current residents may remove. Even when the Dakota Apartments opened in 1884, it was already impossible to rent an apartment there. All 65 original apartments of 4 to 20 rooms were occupied by then. Now you are not guaranteed to be accepted as Dakota's resident, even if you are a world-famous celebrity. Inside, ceilings are made of hand-carved oak, and flooring is inlaid with marble, mahogany, cherry, and oak. An in-house power plant is equipped with potent boilers, which served as a miniature consolidated Edison for many years. A dining hall on the lower level can deliver meals directly to the apartment kitchens via dumbwaiters. Every brick flooring layer sandwiches mud from Central Park, which ensures fireproofing and soundproofing capacities. At the Dakota, Bernstein was known to host gatherings that included a mix of musicians, intellectuals, and celebrities, creating an environment that was vibrant and intellectually stimulating. These gatherings often included impromptu performances and discussions on a wide range of topics, from music to politics, reflecting Bernstein's wide-ranging interests and his charisma. Bernstein's second-floor apartment, Apartment 23, comprised 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a living room with wood fireplace and breathtaking park views, library, formal dining room, and kitchen with breakfast room. It was the last residence where the renowned composer and conductor lived. He moved there with his family in 1975. Before, Leonard Bernstein had lived in the Studio Towers atop Carnegie Hall and the Osborne Apartments. The Renaissance Revival architecture of the iconic Manhattan building perfectly suited Bernstein's. Leonard wasn't a New York Philharmonic music director when he moved into Apartment 23. He had already resigned to pursue composing. However, he continued to conduct all over the globe. The apartment featured both original and restored window details. The dining room was complemented with a round, natural oak table. The living room had antique wicker detailing and a baby grand piano. The massive living room's focal point was an original fireplace. The black library boasted a harpsichord and a light fixture with a fringe hanging down the middle. The family initially asked their friend, designer Gail Jacobs, to decorate the apartment. Jacobs worked with Mrs. Bernstein to create a stunning interior in a creatively bohemian style that complemented Bernstein's irreverent energy. When Mrs. Bernstein died in 1978, Gail Jacobs was asked to transform her bedroom into a studio. The studio had to serve Leonard Bernstein's composing, but he had little patience and time to look at swatches and paint chips. Gail Jacobs only asked the composer whether he wanted dark or light colors. Bernstein chose dark. He gave little guidelines for the decor, though. The interior had to exhale comfort, warmth, and minimal formality. Mrs. Jacobs strived to create an elegant yet efficient working environment with sensual velvets and deep reds to suit Leonard's passionate nature. The Bernstein family were collectors who greatly appreciated their favorite pieces and wanted to keep them at the renovated home. The designer repaired, recovered, matched, and coordinated. Once, Mrs. Jacobs even helped the maestro move an uncomfortable-looking stiff-backed sofa out of the library, as it was the potential culprit of keeping his kids away from the room. When the renovations were done, Bernstein filled tables and bookcases in the apartment with photos and mementos. First, it horrified the designer, who had invested a lot of effort into ennobling the interior. Then, she understood. If a friend gives Lenny something, whether it's from Cartier's or Woolworth's, it has great value for him. The general public's interest in Bernstein's artistic legacy significantly increased with the release of Bradley Cooper's Bernstein biopic Maestro in 2023. Though the main idea of Maestro is the complicated relationship between Bernstein and his wife, actress Felicia Montealegre, their 23 Dakota apartment was also a silent personage in the movie. The historic Dakota building served as Bernstein's New York apartment. The interior was specifically recreated for Maestro. The production designer Kevin Thompson has impeccably coped with the task. The Milstein family, who own the apartment now, kindly allowed the film crew to make notes of architectural features. The team paid attention to every detail: the moldings, fireplaces, ceilings height, and windows size. They thoroughly researched the key, recognizable elements. The crew strived to get the feeling right with the set decoration. They even carried things from the Carnegie Hall studio to recreate the right atmosphere, replaced the faded fabric on the living room couch with new material matching the original, and freshened Leonard and Felicia's bedroom with new rugs, bedding, and curtains. The room's print wallpaper and floral wall covering in the hall and stairwell were vintage, remaining from the existing interior. Some of Felicia's paintings, needlepoint pillows, and wicker chairs also served as decorations. The baby grand piano Cooper plays at the start of Maestro was Bernstein's actual Steinway, a present from his childhood piano teacher who later became his secretary. The apartment sale in 1997 was the most expensive Dakota sale ever, until at least 2012. The first asking price was $25 million, but the former Bernstein's home was sold for $21 million. Only the real estate commission on this sale counted over $1 million. The building's high-quality construction and materials, beautiful detailing, and the outstanding personality of the former owner made a solid contribution to the price tag. How do you like the legendary conductor-composer's original Dakota apartment? Have you already watched the 2023 film Maestro? Please share your impressions with us